welcome back, or welcome if you're new. It's so great to see you today. My name is Vix and this is my channel, Goddess of Gore, where I like to talk about horror, thriller, fantasy and sci-fi books. It's the curse of week 3 of the month, my most slumpiest week of every month I find. I really just pootle along on the struggle bus on week 3, but I will say that I got 2 books finished, one more book that I started and finished, and one that I almost finished. Just get on with it, shall I? So the first book I had ongoing was the Fellowship of the Ring, Book 1 of the Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. So in case you didn't know, I was reading a chapter a day throughout the month, and I will continue with the Two Towers next month, doing the same chapter a day method. This story follows the Hobbit Frodo, nephew of Bilbo, and he inherits what he calls his uncle's invisibility ring, unknowing that it is actually an evil artifact created by the Dark Lord Sauron. As Gandalf the wizard gets affirmation that it is actually the One Ring, Frodo must travel to Mordor, Sauron's realm, and destroy the ring in the fires of Mount Doom. This is the only way to truly defeat Sauron. So this book is about the first part of the journey as Frodo and his other Hobbit companions, Sam, Merry and Pippin, set off from the idyll of the Shire to the dank and dangerous mines of Moria. As the quartet journey towards the fiery heart of Mount Doom, they meet some other characters that Gandalf has arranged to assist the Hobbits in their quest to save Middle-earth from the darkness that threatens to engulf it. Aragorn the warrior, Legolas the elf archer and Gimli the dwarf warrior. This fellowship must brave the treacherous lands and battle dangerous enemies in order to reach Mount Doom, where the ring can be destroyed. They are united by their determination to do what is necessary to save Middle-earth. Now, I have to say that I really enjoyed most of this book. Even the singing was alright. But towards the end it was dragging a little, and I think this did not help with the slumpy feeling. Talking of slumpy, the second book I finished was The Witcher, The Time of Contempt. Yeah, Time of Contempt by Andrzej Sapkowski. I wasn't liking this book very much at all, and my eyes kept wandering to my TBR jar. I really just wanted to pick my next read instead, but I soldiered and ploughed through it, and so far this has been the most boring Witcher book. This continues the story of Geralt, Ciri, the young girl who is prophesied to be the world's saviour, and the sorceress and Geralt's lover, Yennefer. I mean, this was just a relationship story between Geralt and Yennefer, and the rest of the book is the bad guys torturing the good guys to find out where Ciri is, or the bad guys joining up with other bad guys to go and find Ciri. I mean, that is literally it. The ending, it's a bit anticlimactic. I was expecting a more satisfying conclusion to the story, but I am looking forward to the next instalment where hopefully things start to get more exciting. And then the one book I actually started and finished this week was Moving Pictures by Terry Pratchett, the second book of the month for the Around the Disc read-along. And this is book 10 in the Discworld series. I found this book to be just too long for the actual story that it became. This is about Victor, a failed student from the Unseen University who discovers he has a bit of talent for making moving pictures. Soon enough he finds himself in Holywood, where the alchemists have turned into ambitious filmmakers and are trying to create the biggest blockbuster of all time. But as movie fever takes over the city, strange things start to happen. Monsters from the dungeon dimension start to appear, and it's up to our hero Victor and his friends to stop them before they destroy the Disc world. Now, this was supposed to be a hilarious satire of the Hollywood and entertainment industry, full of witty references and clever in-jokes, but I didn't particularly get that from this book. The best bits were the guessing of which Hollywood golden era classics they were parodying, and the best characters, in my opinion, were the two dogs, Gaspode and Laddie. However, saying all of that, in reference to the plot, I didn't know what was coming, and the peril, shall we say, was something I hadn't guessed. So that was kind of fun. It was just so slow, and I stand 100% with it being way too long. And then I almost finished Daphne by Josh Malerman. I have about 20% left. And this is about a girl called Kit who plays basketball for her school, and she's just won the last match of the season. Whatever, I don't know basketball. But she's been spooked. The night before the match, the whole team had to have a sleepover to make sure they were all well rested and such like that people do when they play sports. But instead, they all heard the urban legend of the local myth, Daphne. Daphne is a 7-foot girl who went to their school many years ago and died under mysterious circumstances, but the gossip was that she was apparently killed by her basketball teammates, and now she wanders around looking for revenge. I will do a proper review next week because I was hoping to get this finished before this wrap-up's deadline, but I have to go out to a birthday get-together tonight for my friends, so I know I won't be back in time to get any more reading done today. So I'll pick this back up on Sunday for the first book finished in next week's wrap-up. Did that make any sense? So this was definitely a week of middle of the road reads for me. Nothing really wowed me this week. I really didn't have very much to say about these books. It's pretty much going to be a very quick wrap-up, isn't it? But I do hope you guys have read something amazing. Let me know in the comments of what you've been up to and what you've been reading. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already and want to stick around for a little longer. And if this was your first time watching any of my videos, I will just say that not every week is like this. I usually have some far better books that I talk about. Nevertheless, I will leave you, as I always do, with a quote from one of the books I have read this week. Inside every old person is a young person wondering what happened. Make some good book choices this week, my friends, and I hope to see you all again soon. Until next time, bye bye.